What's up YouTube? Blaze Templar here with another X and Y Wi-Fi battle at long last, which I do apologize for. And this was kind of an interesting one. As you can see, I'm running a Keldeo, a Tyrantrum, Garchomp, Heracross, Bisharp, wow, I can't believe I forgot the name of that, and a Volcarona, while my opponent's leading has a pretty threatening team with like Excadrill, Tyranitar, also a Garchomp of his own. Archeop's not as threatening as some of the other things, but can be potentially threatening. Goodra, which I'm guessing is the Assault Vest, and Fortress, which is always annoying because of entry hazards. But regardless, let's see how it goes. And I'll admit right off the bat, I kind of made a mistake with my team setup because there's a bit of an issue with, you'll see soon enough with my Keldeo, though. Anyway, I'm going to lead with Keldeo, and if you notice, he's not in his Resolute form. For some reason, I got Sacred Sword and Secret Sword mixed up. I wanted to run Secret, of course, instead of Sacred, but I messed up, and so a Timid Keldeo with, like, no attack investment, maybe 4, running Secret Sword, and Calm Mind, yeah, that's just going to be a great combination, we can imagine, right? Anyway, so Keldeo's really not going to do that much, and I realized that as soon as I looked at the screen on the bottom, so at this point I know Keldeo's basically useless. I mean, I could fire off Hydro Pumps, +1 Hydro Pump probably would do some decent damage, but Assault Vest, yeah, didn't think it'd do all that much anyway, so after seeing how little Sacred Sword did, though, I decided, you know what, I'm going to go for the Hydro Pump, try to get some damage off, bring the Goodra down a little bit, so maybe I can get some sweeping going later. But a paralysis, which is unfortunate, and it means that I really only have one more turn left in me, and I'm going to die if he goes first. But thankfully, I am toting the Aqua Jet just to kind of revenge kill or get that extra priority before I die kind of thing. So I do manage to take and do a little bit more damage to the Goodra, and he finishes me off with that second Thunder. Now, unfortunately, Keldeo really wasn't able to do anything, but we'll see how I'm able to recover, if anything. Anyway, I see a good opportunity to go into Bisharp here. Now, Bisharp's a big threat, and I'm sure he doesn't want to lose his Assault Vest, so he's going to switch out, but this is a perfect opportunity for me to set up a substitute. Now, this is not the typical Bisharp. Most seem to run like Knockoff, Iron Head, Sword Stance, and like Sucker Punch. 3 attacks, basically, and swords. Mine is actually 2 attacks with a sub instead, and Sucker Punch. So, it's a nice combination. Anyway, he's got his Fortress in here, and it's perfect. It's a perfect opportunity for me to start setting up all over this guy. And this is going to be what I like to call one of the more entertaining X and Y battles I've had, just because Bisharp gets to really show off its muscle, and I do make one little mistake, but it doesn't cost me too badly, so you'll see what I mean in a little bit. Anyway, he's got all his spikes, or toxic spikes up, and his stealth rock up, so he's got all his hazards, but I go for the Iron Head and get the flinch. Now, I later on learned he does have the explosion, so that was kind of lucky. It means that his Fortress really wasn't able to explode and break my sub, and I'm sitting behind a substitute now. And that's kind of scary for him. +6 behind the sub, and in comes T-Tar, getting the sand up, and I really don't care at this point because I outspeed Tyranitar just naturally, unless he's running like max speed investment or something, but I doubt it, and I'm just able to smash home with that Iron Head, and down goes Tyranitar. And of course, I don't have to worry, I'm a Steel type, so the sand's not going to do anything to me. But the only thing that could be a bit of a threat now is Sand Rush Excadrill. But I do tote the Sucker Punch, so it really is not that big of a threat to me, but he is going to be able to break my sub, no problem, because he's running Focus Sash. Oh, how I hate Focus Sash sometimes. But here he goes, he gets to break my sub, and I really have no option but to go for a second Sucker Punch. He knows it, and he makes a very nice play here, switching out to save his Excadrill and potentially Sand Rush kill me a little bit later. But he goes into Archeops, and I fail the Sucker Punch. And here I predict him to actually go for a double switch, just so he can keep his Pokemon in good shape. And he goes into Goodra. Now, here's where I made that mistake I told you about after the sub. get that sub back up. Now, if I was smart, I'd just go for another sucker punch. It would easily kill Gudra, and I'd still have my sub. But for some reason, I thought my Bisharp would be faster and be able to keep the sub without having to use sucker punch and just be safe with it. But apparently, Gudra outspeeds me, which that surprised me. But regardless, I'm able to go for that good old-fashioned +6 Iron Head, and he gets this gooey going. But of course, because I'm already at +6, Defiant can't activate. Oh well. Anyway, in comes Garchomp, and this thing could have been a threat if it wasn't for the fact I'm at +6. Now, he really doesn't have much of a choice. I mean, if he's gotten like a Sword Stance or something, he may be able to play a few mind games and try to get me to not go for the Sucker Punch and then Earthquake on that turn. But no, he just goes straight for the attack, which is understandable, and I just am able to annihilate him with a Sucker Punch. Anyway, in comes Archeops, and another Sucker Punch will easily take that thing out. And at this point, he's down to an Excadrill at 1 HP. He's in a bit of trouble at this point. And so, ladies and gentlemen, this is why you never ever want to underestimate Bisharp. Because if you do underestimate it, you will die. It's just that simple. And I hope you enjoyed this little quick video. I have some more videos that I need to record. I did get a few changes made, so it looks a little better, and the audio quality, I hope, is definitely increased because I got a nice new headset. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time.